Hey guys, let me ask you a question. Have you ever looked in the mirror and asked yourself, where do I even start? I haven't exercised in years. Um, if you've been inactive for a while, jumping back into workouts or trying to get back in shape can be intimidating. I know that. The truth is, though, you can rebuild your strength, your mobility, your energy safely, and muscle safely, no matter what age or current shape you're in. That's just the truth. I've worked with men and women, mostly over 50, who hadn't worked out in 10, 20, 30 years. Some of them had never worked out. That's a little bit different category. But a lot of them that I worked with hadn't worked out in years. And they made incredible progress. Blew my mind sometimes, as a matter of fact. Um, People you don't count on to make a lot of progress sometimes make way more progress than somebody you say, yeah, this person's going to do really good. You just don't know. But they made that progress once they started the right way, because you can start the wrong way. And I had several people do that, and they hired me, but they were doing other stuff and other programs that hurt them. And I told people in one particular program, I said, you don't need to be doing that. You're new to working out. You don't need to be doing that program. And sure enough, I'm not going to call a name, but they got hurt because it's very physical, and they lump everybody in a group, new people with people who are advanced, and they tell them, hey, well, don't, just do it a little easier. Don't do too much. But you're there with 20, 30 people in a group, and you want to keep up, and you get hurt. That kind of stuff happens. But you can restart your fitness journey. That's what I'm going to talk about here, without injury. Without getting burnout and embarrassment. Burnout happens, embarrassment happens, and injury happens. Those three things can happen to you when you start back. Number one thing, start with awareness. Get a health checkup or talk to your doctor. Especially if you've got like high blood pressure or other conditions that you're worried about, go see your doctor. Talk to him. I'm not a doctor. I'm just an old guy that works out like a madman and have helped a lot of other people. Now, some things you want to know is your current weight. Put it in a notebook or something, your current weight. Think about a few things. Are you flexible? How's your flexibility? How's your balance? Are you at the age where you're starting to stumble, fall, different things? How's your endurance? How's your strength level? Think about those things. And you're going to start slow where you're at. I always talk about this. We're starting slow. Remember, movement is medicine, not punishment. Movement is medicine, not punishment. And a lot of people punish themselves without meaning to, or they join a program that punishes them because they're not ready for it. So I'd like to know, leave me a comment, what you can do. What could you start on this week? What's something that you could start on this week? A small thing you could do. And also, I'd like to know how long it's been since you exercised. How long has it been since you've exercised? That kind of helps me with upcoming videos. Number two, start with simple movements. What I mean by that, low impact, like walking, riding a bicycle. Low impact things, light stretching, yoga. Now, yoga can be really tough, and if you've taken yoga before, you know that. But start off light. Mobility drills, practice standing on one leg and doing different types of mobility drills with a chair or table or something, so you don't fall next to you. You want to focus on frequency over intensity. We want to be consistent. Frequency over intensity. But we're not going to start out with a lot of frequency, as you're going to find out in a second. Just 10 to 15 minutes daily if you're doing a walk. We want to build habits at this point. If you haven't worked out in 10, 20, 30 years, or you never work out, the most important thing that's going to determine if you're successful is if you build good habits right now at the start. If you don't build good habits, you're going to constantly quit and join other programs and do different things and quit and start over. You're going to keep starting over and over. You've got to build the habits. So don't worry about your results or your weight or anything like that yet when you're just starting. That'll come. A tip, if you can only walk around the block once a week, walk around the block once a week for a week. Once a day for a week. Don't worry about going 2 trips around the block tomorrow. Just concentrate on the small thing you can do. Do that. If you just walk up and down your hallway 10 times, if that's all you can do that every day for a week. And then the second week, try to go up to 12, 13 times, or second loop around the block. Strength training. You want to add strength training gradually. We're starting off with movement to get your body, kind of warmed up, loosened up for a few weeks. Stretching. Always do stretching, especially after you do your walk or whatever. Do some stretching. That's a key component. So we want to add strength gradually. It prevents injury. It rebuilds muscle that you lost. Believe it or not, muscle memory is a big thing. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of it, especially if you played sports or something. If you don't do something for a number of years and you go back to the gym and start doing it again, after a few weeks, you'll see pretty good improvement. Your muscle, you got muscle memory. It improves. It'll come back faster to you. Now, you can do this at gym or at home. It doesn't matter whether you work out at the gym, your house, your backyard, wherever. And I suggest you start out, even if you're at the gym, with body weight or resistance bands. Now, if you've got a lot of experience with machines and it was 10 years or so or something and you want to do that, that's one thing. But I suggest start with body weight. Most gyms have resistance bands. At my gym, they have resistance bands. I used them this morning. I use resistance band every day I go to the gym. I've got a routine I do before I touch any kind of weight or anything. I've got a routine. I've got 5, 6, 7 different exercises I do with resistance bands. You don't have to do that many. But with your resistance bands, you get a card when you order them. And I got descriptions of the resistance band. In the description below, I got resistance bands you can go get, like the ones I got, and you get a little card with it. And it shows you different exercises to do. But you don't want to start off with a lot of exercises. Matter of fact, starter exercises you want to do like wall push-ups. You can do wall push-ups or countertop push-ups or push-ups up from your knee. Start where you are at. Chair squats. Do squats, holding on to a chair. Don't worry about how low you can go right now. Just do the best you can do. You can do wall squats. Put your back against the wall and go down. Help you keep your back straight. For resistance bands, like I said, they got the cards, all kinds. You can do overhead presses. You can do rows. You can do tons of different exercises. And you can do a lot of stretching with them. A lot of stretching with those bands. Now, I would start off with just 3, 4, 5 exercises max. Max, probably 3 or 4. And only do 1 to 2 sets if you hadn't done anything in a long time. Don't worry about doing 3, 4 sets. Just do 1 set. 1 set of as many reps as you can do of whatever you're doing. Just do 1 set. If you want to do a second set, that's fine, but 1 or 2. And do this 2 to 3 times a week. You can do like Monday, Friday, Tuesday, Saturday, whatever. Monday, Wednesday, Friday if you want to go for 3. But be careful of soreness. You haven't done this in a long time. You're probably going to get really sore at the start. And a lot of people quit because they get sore. I've seen them quit just because of soreness. That means you did too much. So you need to pull it back a little bit and stretch. Get some good stretch in after you do your strength exercise, or a little walk after the strength exercise. We're not in a rush. You might think you are, but when you get in a rush, it's going to slow you down. So we're just going to progress slowly. The fourth thing you need, focus. Focus on consistency and recovery. Focus on consistency and recovery, not so much about what you're doing right now. Your biggest mistake is trying to do too much too soon. Like I talk about the people who have the injuries from doing these really hard programs that they should have never been in. And you want your rest days. That's what I'm saying now. Start off just 2, 3 days a week, 1 to 2 sets. Start off slow. Sleep is super important, especially if you're over 50. I mean, sleep is so important. I used to get terrible, but now I've got it up to about 7 hours of sleep most nights. And I take magnesium, a few things to help me get to sleep. Drink 1 to 2 waters a day. You're exercising We always need more water, but you definitely need more now that you're exercising. So drink more water, hydrate. Stretch after you do your exercises. Like I tell you, what I'll do a lot of times is in between exercise, I do little arm stretches. I do different stretches. I'm constantly stretching. But when you get through with your workout, take another 2-3 minutes and do some stretching. 5 minutes if you got it. Track small wins as opposed to your weight. Small wins can be energy. You got more energy. You get a better mood. You're sleeping better. How do your clothes fit? This is a big one. People notice their clothes are looser before they notice the changes on the scale. So don't worry about the scales too much. And it's a good idea to get you a cloth tape measure and like measure your waist around your navel, measure your chest around your nipples. You can measure your thighs. You can measure whatever you want to, as many different body parts as you want. But those are actually better gauges than the scales. Now, if you truly are here to lose 40 or 50 pounds, this is a starter program to get you going. And you should probably do this before you even think about losing 40, 50 pounds. I've got like 50 weight loss videos, but don't jump to those yet. You need to start with this. Work on better daily habits is number 5. Work on better daily habits. Nutrition. I'm going to be honest with you. If you want to lose 30, 40, 50 pounds, 100 pounds, movement, we got to have it. Exercise is great, but nutrition is about 80% of it. Nutrition, how you change your nutrition, and people fight me over this, used to. They swear they eat good, and they tell me what to eat, and I know they eat terrible. But nutrition is going to determine how much weight you lose when you get down to it. Nutrition and movement. And you'll get better at the strength exercise. When you really get into doing good strength exercises and you can do a good workout, you're going to really see changes to your body. A recomp, as they call it, which people will tell you can't build muscle and lose fat at the same time. That's the biggest lie ever told. I'm a prime example of that. You can build muscle and lose fat. It's a body recomposition, and you can do that provided you're eating enough food, getting enough rest, doing the right exercises, and getting plenty of movement. Your goal should be to get 1% better every day. And your nutrition. Try to get a little bit better each and every day with your nutrition. Now, I'm not going to go any more into nutrition in this video right here. I'm just giving you a general overview. Your mindset's got to be set on making progress. I'm making progress each week. And if you can get 1% better each day, you will get definitely improve over the week. A big thing you might want to do is try to find a walking partner or a workout partner. Somebody to walk with you after dinner, 10 to 15 minutes. Spouse, friend, whoever. You might start with just 10 to 15 minutes. That's great after dinner. You know, a great thing, actually, for weight loss, I'll give you this tip. If you walked after every meal, 5 or 10 minutes, do a quick walk after every meal. You can do that on your job sometimes. Just take 5, 10 minutes and go for a quick walk. It adds up. So start with awareness. Move daily. Do a walk, 10, 15 minute walk daily. Then we'll add strength training after about a month of doing this. When you recover, when you're ready, we want to recover smart. We recover smart by fueling our body, good high protein, good meals, whole foods. Sleep better if you're not getting 7 hours of sleep. If you're not getting 7 hours of sleep a night, work on your sleep. There's a lot of different things you can do to work on your sleep. Remember, you're not starting over. If you're one of the people in this video who's going by the title, you're starting again. You're not starting all over. Because there are some things, even if you did it 10, 20, 30 years ago, that are going to be helpful to you in the long run. And that's powerful because your body bounces back faster. That's the muscle memory I was talking about. So what's one small change you're going to make this week, guys or gals, to get you to get moving? Get moving. Christmas will be here before long. And I'm thinking about this seriously, and I'm thinking about, I'm never going to coach again. I'm through with that. I'm 67. I ain't got time to do all that one-on-one coaching. But I'm thinking about implementing phone calls where I help people who are stuck or get started, an hour, 30-minute, hour phone calls. I don't know yet. I know I got friends that do it. They charge a lot of money. I'm not going to charge that. I'm not a coach anymore. I just want to help. But you know, if I'm going to dedicate an hour to a phone call, I got to charge something. And I know a lot of times those phone calls run over. But I'm thinking about implementing something. And if you're still watching the video, let me know what you think about that. Like a 30 or an hour phone call to help people get started, you know, with their weight loss, with gaining muscle, or just anything nutrition fit wise. You know, there's a lot of stuff I can help people with. So, hope you liked the video. Give it a like, subscribe for more videos on fitness, walking, getting stronger, especially for those of us over 50. You guys have a great day. I got to go do my walk now. Talk to you later.